What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and we got some pretty crazy news today about a topic I have never talked about before on this channel, quite simply because since this channel's existed, this hasn't been relevant, and that is Percy Jackson. You can see from the headline right here, Percy Jackson series in the works at Disney+. Now, I am a little ashamed to admit how big a fan I actually was of the Percy Jackson series, as well as several of them that followed, the Heroes of Olympus series, Trials of Apollo, all the different mythologies that Rick Riordan kind of takes us to in these young adult adventures. I do know that the books are aimed at people younger than myself, but I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed this kind of Harry Potter-like story wound up in this modern Greek legends tales. I thought it was very interesting and I liked it a lot. When we got the Percy Jackson the Lightning Thief movie, I absolutely hated it. I thought it was a terrible adaptation of the books, didn't leave you room to do the rest of them. We got the sequel, Sea of Monsters, that it was even further off track, and I just didn't like what they did. Thought Logan Lerman did a great job in what he was asked to do as Percy Jackson. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed Alexander Daddario. Who doesn't enjoy Alexander Daddario? Let's be honest. But it just wasn't for me. Now with this news here, I think as a fan of that series, and if you are a fan of that series, that could be something very interesting to have it done in Disney Plus TV series format. But let's get into it right here. Rick Riordan, author of the book series, which the two feature films starring Logan Lerman are based, announced the plans Thursday on social media. And he did make this announcement in this text announcement down here. It's had a lot of interaction, obviously, in the 2 hours since he released it. A series based on Percy Jackson novels is in development at Disney+. The project, which author Rick Riordan announced Thursday on Twitter, is in its early stages at the streamer, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. Riordan Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, beginning with The Lightning Thief, encompasses 5 novels and also spawned 2 follow-up series, Heroes of Olympus and Trials of Apollo. In addition to these series, it also launched a couple other tie-in series, one being sort of an Egyptian theme, one being a Norse god theme. Rick Riordan really branched out after this, started doing a lot of things, all with similar feels, but all set in different kinds of mythology. The first 2, why does this keep jumping on me? That's really annoying. The first 2 series were published at Hyperion when it was a Disney subsidiary. The Trials of Apollo books came after its acquisition by Hachette. The Lightning Thief and the second book of the series, Sea of Monsters, were previously adapted as feature films, like I talked about. The pick starred Logan Lerman as the title character, a boy who discovers he's the son of the Greek god Poseidon, and Alexander Daddario as Annabeth, another demigod. The movies aged up the characters, with Percy as 16 rather than 12 at the beginning of the book series. Rick Riordan wrote on Twitter that the potential series will be more faithful adaptation, and I think that's what so many people really wanted to see, because if you were a big fan of that series and you went to see that movie, you were really let down because it was not at all anything like you expected. It was very much a bastardization of that story, in my opinion. And then this is a quote from Riordan on Twitter. We are very excited about the idea of a live-action series of the highest quality following the storyline of the original Percy Jackson 5-book series, beginning with The Lightning Thief in Season 1. He added that he and his wife Becky will be involved in every aspect of the show, and I think that that is so incredibly important for the creator of these characters to be involved like that. And the way he phrases this, following the storyline of the original 5-book series with The Lightning Thief in Season 1. So the first book will be Season 1. So does that mean they have plans to do a 5-series or a 5-season arc, each one year along that step? Because that's how the books are set up. I think it would be really good. I hope that's how it works. Like I said, it's kind of like Harry Potter in that way. Each book kind of takes place over not necessarily over a year, but in a certain year, those events will take place. Then he comes back the next year to that camp and another adventure. Next year, another adventure. Kind of like that as he ages, and the books do age along with you, much like Harry Potter, where you start having a little more mature themes as the books grow and as the characters age, which I thought was interesting. The Percy Jackson news follows a similar Disney blueprint of using a well-established IP as a basis for series projects. The streamer's already debuted series based on Star Wars The Mandalorian and High School Musical, the series, and is developing a host of Marvel projects. Several other Star Wars series, Beauty and the Beast prequel, it's the first I've heard of that, a reboot of Doogie Howser, why, and a National Treasure series, among other efforts. It's the first I've heard of the National Treasure series as well, so that is interesting. And like I said, Logan Lerman was the actor who played Percy Jackson. He retweets this, says, excited to see this. Hope it gets the adaptation the books deserve. Congrats. So I think that tells you that even he, as the actor who played Percy Jackson, probably wasn't happy with the way the studio decided to go about producing these movies. Now, will this be everyone's cup of tea? No. Will anyone on my channel care about this? I don't know, but I want to make the video because it is something that I'm very interested in that I don't often get to talk about. Do I trust Disney to do it right? No, not necessarily. I have a lot of issues with what Disney does and the way Disney Plus is being run right now. There is a potential for, not so much in this series, but I feel in Rick Riordan's later works, much more identity politics comes into play. You see that as the books go on. Maybe as he became more comfortable with his status and his fan base, he was willing to put more of that stuff in there. I don't know. I don't really know anything about Rick Riordan other than I've read his books. But in his later books, there definitely was some stuff like that that came through. Do I have hope for this series to be really awesome? Yeah, I do. I love the Percy Jackson books. I hope that they get this right on Disney Plus. I think that'd be very interesting. But at the end of the day, I will be skeptical yet excited. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. If it's something you're interested in at all, I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.